thought I'd take the opportunity to do a bit of a showcase of miniatures. Seems to do so seems reasonably popular, so that's what I'm going to do. First of all, my War of the Roses, Lancastrians and Yorkists. The War of the Roses range that I prefer is Perry, and these are predominantly Perry plastics. And the reason I like the Perrys is not only are the sculpts fantastic, but the range is very, very comprehensive. There's nothing really missing. So this is not all of it. I'm still working on the mounted knights and a lot of my dismounted knights or men-at-arms. But let's just start with these guys here. This is the Perry Light Cavalry. I've actually got 4 units of these, 2 as lancers or mounted spearmen, and 2 as mounted archers. But I've only got 1 that's table ready yet. So these boys here, they're riding for Warwick, obviously. There's Falkenberg with some of his boys. These fellas carrying the banner of Edward. And then we've got Edmund, Earl of Rutland. Half a unit of cavalry, they're not finished yet. And I've still got a base, put the basing on this unit of archers. I really like the Perry artillery for the period. I just think it looks fantastic, and the gunners look very authentic. I particularly like, now these 2 are supposed to be a little bit further apart, but being a gunner in reality, I can tell you now, if you want to talk to another gunner on a gun line, you need to get right into his ears sometimes. Some Perrys that I've just finished painting, actually, and probably the easiest, amongst the easiest miniatures I've ever painted, are these Irish Kern. And I have got another unit of these that I'll soon have completed. I'll probably finish them over the next couple of days. And then, of course, the Gallo Glass, which they are just fantastic. So I do like the Irish. The other miniatures I have are Front Rank. So there's some Front Rank skirmishing archers. And then we have some Front Rank archers and pikemen. More archers and pike, crossbow and pike, and then a pike block. And that gun there is a foundry gun. And here amongst some tokens that I've recently got from Battlefield Accessories. These are Eureka Miniatures Italian Wars Knights. So they've come back in time a little bit. But Eureka Miniatures Knights are really, really nice. They've got so many options. They're metal miniatures, and you've got lots of options when you're putting them together. And they paint up a treat. These fellas here were painted actually by a friend of mine, Dan Dunbar. But I did add a little bit to them. Yeah, Eureka Miniatures really, really are fantastic miniatures. I wish they did a full range for this period, like with the infantry and whatnot, but at the moment I think all that there is are just knights or like mounted sergeants types. I think they're called mounted archers, but they're not, obviously they're not archers, they're lance armed cavalry. I probably will buy some more of them because they are just such beautiful miniatures. I use casualty markers for when I play Nevermind the Billhooks or Hail Caesar or any other rule system, and it's just a convenient way I don't like figure removal as a general rule, except for like in really small skirmish games, or something like, Chain of Command, where one guy is one guy. I just prefer to have something where I can track the casualty and then I just lift the base. That has a few advantages to that as well, because generally speaking, units would take up a place on the field and they would cover that footprint until the unit breaks. Very rarely, I can't think of any time when a unit would be slaughtered to the man. I even reckon some Spartans bolted at Thermopylae, to be honest. Yeah, that's my solution. And I just put 2d6, and it's very, very convenient for never mind the bill hooks, because there's 12 men to a unit. Front rank, rear rank, like so. And that's easy to track the casualties. And if you look at my battle reports on never mind the bill hooks, you'll see that in action. But there's a quick little video on my high medieval War of the Roses type miniatures, Burgundian Wars, things like that. That's what we're using these guys for. So that's that. For those interested, the table covering here is a cigar box mat. The Cloudfield's just an IKEA doormat that I'm going to touch up. Eventually what I'll do is I'll be putting just some flock along the raised sections here, as to represent crops just starting to bud and come through. But anyway, that's it. Again, battlefield accessories building there, and a battlefield accessories building there, and the prototype of the battlefield accessories Tudor house, which will be much improved. The version that you can buy online actually has the upper floor extending out. So it hangs over just as you would expect of a Tudor house. But hey, this was sent to me just to have a quick look at, and so I ain't going to complain. Even as it is, it's a beautiful kit, and I will get some more Tudor houses to go with it, together with a couple of other thatched roof houses. So that's it. So as usual, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon, I hope. From Check Your Leader TV, Eureka.